Hello, it's time for Palia's dev update for November 2023, and in this we will be talking about a winter event, a new temple, quest and ammo pouches, accomplishments, controller support, and that big bug surrounding Subira, as well as one more thing. As a reminder, this November update is not about what's coming in the next patch, although most of it is. It's more about just generally the things that they're working on. Now let's get right into this with the winter event, and well, according to Singularity 6, there will be a winter event this year, although they could be lying because Singularity 6 is telling us this info is from the other Singularity 6, and it just makes me think, what is this writing and why write this way? I don't know. But we'll get a letter from Gina that will allow us to start this weird little event, which will allow us to learn more about how the Majiri, Grimalkin, and ancient humans celebrated this winter holiday that we're calling every single holiday thrown into one, or Merrymas, Lightmas, what did they call it? I don't know. It's something silly. You can get a tree, decorate it by finding parts scavenged from the wastelands of Bahari Bay, Kalima Village, and fishing in places. And just like my father, you can leave this tree up for way too long in the year, to the point that people sort of want to do wellness checks on you to make sure that you're okay. Are you okay? Also, you can't actually put stuff on fireplaces like this. I'm sorry, but you can't. They added a note to say that they goofed again in their pictures. Snow is sort of a thing. I mean, it's in splotches all over the ground and they didn't really put in any effort into it, but you know, it's there. So of course you cannot use it to get your snowballs. No, for these snowballs, you must pay hard-earned gold in order to get them, because that makes perfect sense. I wonder how the snowball mining industry is in this town. Oh, yeah, and also snowball fights are a thing. They're open world, and for some reason, they felt the need to say that there's no scoring system around the open world fun activity that you could just do at any given point in time. On to the new temple. We have the Temple of the Gales, and if you don't know what a gale is, it's a sudden burst of laughter. So expect to find Tasha somewhere in here. What do you mean that's the wrong gale? It doesn't make sense. Oh, also, this will be led by Eloisa and Cullery, because we're not saying celery here, and it'll be a bundle system for furniture and stuff, just like the last one. On to the hot topics of, well, bugs and other stuff they didn't get to. The first thing is ammo pouches and quest pouches. Now, if you don't remember these were brought up in this September dev update, and if you've forgotten what they are, they would allow you to carry like ammo or quest items in a separate inventory. These are currently the only thing from that September dev update that has not been released in the game, and they're being delayed until next year because, I don't know. On to achievements, or what this game calls them, accomplishments. Singularity 6 is adding some small fixes to accomplishments, namely when it comes to players not getting credit for completing them or their rewards. And in order to get some of these after the fix, you may need to redo some of the accomplishments, so I hope you get a good sense of them. Let's skip over Esh for now. Welcome to controller support. Singularity 6 just butchered one UI element in the name of not making adaptive UIs, so how will they change it and butcher it now? The emote wheel will be updated, a change that won't really affect me because I still slash type all of my emotes, but I guess if you're on a controller, you can't do that. Controller bindings are getting an update, and that's a change that I would have thought they'd put in months ago if they wanted to test how the general community reacts to them. I don't know. Also, I hope these are just the general ones and that you can rebind them if you want, because if not, that would be really weird. They're working on a new camera assist tool to help people who have trouble moving and looking around at the same time, which is a decent set of people. And apparently controller support is just an accessibility feature, not a mandatory part of a game that's coming to Switch, which I guess makes sense because the Switch does technically support keyboard and mouse inputs, and it might actually end up being the best way to play on that console, considering how great controllers are at the game right now. Okay, next up, let's scroll back up. We have the Esh and Subira bugs. So in the last patch, 0.173, we were introduced to a new villager of sorts, Subira, who is a watcher of the order, who's coming around to do stuff. But if you talked to Esh and said that you weren't ready to have a party celebrating Subira, you could never actually interact or unlock this new character, never able to progress, which is silly because it just seems like a flag is being set when it shouldn't be being set with a conversation dialogue. Apparently the fix for this won't be coming out until 0.175, which is December 19th at the earliest. So I hope you didn't want to do the main 0.173 content for over a month. And that's all that they had to say about this update. I guess the last thing I want to mention is that there's no news on a Nintendo Switch release. As a matter of fact, they specifically say that there's no news on the Nintendo Switch release. And if you don't remember, that was slated for holiday 2023 earlier this year in a Nintendo Direct, and we are well into holiday 2023. I'll be honest, this lack of news and willingness to bring up the issue leads me to believe that it will be delayed until at least early 2024, and, well, that's everything. So what are your thoughts on this dev update? For me personally, this one was extremely underwhelming, and I was hoping for an actual snowscape, but I guess no. Here are the people that make my videos possible, and here's a video on the latest Palia controversy that wasn't really Singularity 6's fault this time.